Hello, you little YouTubers. This is your friend, Velma Hagar. And I'm back today to talk about something that's really near and dear to my heart, something that I've kind of gotten a revelation about lately. But before we do that, here's looking at you, kid. This, my friend, is watered down limoncello, homemade by Velma Hagar. I don't drink a lot, but if you do drink, you should drink limoncello because it has all those lemon oils in it. But don't drink. Drinking can destroy your life if you're not careful. I'm 80 years old and I've learned how to have a little limoncello once in a while and do fine with it. Okay, with that set aside, I want to, hey Google, volume down. I want to talk to you. You know, I've done this before about the principles and promises of God. But one of the things that I've really become aware of is that the principles of God, which practically the whole book of Proverbs is godly principles. It tells you how to live and the consequences of living that way, whether it be negative or positive. It tells you a lot of negative stuff too. You know, if you do this, this will happen. So what I've observed, you know, I've always said the promises are for God's people. I hope you get this, because it took me a long time to really get this one, even though I'm always preaching on it. So weird. So the promises in the Bible are for God's people. They're not for anybody else. If you haven't made Jesus the Lord of your life, the promises are not yours. But the principles belong to everybody. And there are thousands of principles in the Bible. So you can take a person, and I know you've seen people like this before. They don't know the Lord. They don't give God any glory at all. They never go to church. They may believe there's a God. They probably do. But, you know, he's insignificant in their life. He takes a very small back seat. And yet, these people seem to be really blessed. They're really blessed. Their family does well. They're financially stable. They have all the things that look like they're blessed because they are. They're blessed, even though they don't know the Lord, because they are following God's principles. The principles are for the just and the unjust. The principles work for anybody. If you treat people right, you get treated right back. Do unto others as they will be done unto you. Work hard, keep your hands moving, and you'll make money. You know, you'll get the work of your hands blessed. All of those things are principles of God that belong to everybody, whether you know the Lord or not. God is so good that he gave those principles to everybody. They don't even have to thank him for them. They just operate in them, and their life will go good. Now, it won't get them to heaven. It won't get them to heaven. So these people, you say something like, that person lived such a good life, he's probably in heaven for sure. Nope, wrong. If he didn't make Jesus the Lord of his life, sucker ain't in heaven. It's that simple. Isn't that something? It's really amazing how God set things up. And I know I've talked on this before, but I want to just hammer this home to you, because that revelation to me, I see people that know the Lord, for instance, and their kids gone amok, and they don't have any money, and they're struggling, they can't find a job, because you know what? They know the Lord, and they're going to get to heaven, but they're not operating all the time in God's principles. So you can have a person that's got his ticket to heaven, but has not figured out how to operate in the principles that bring blessings in this world. And then you see another person who's never served God, you know, does all kinds of things that God wouldn't want him to do, but yet he's operating in God's principles, in the things that bring blessings in the natural. He's a hard worker. He's diligent. He stays with one wife. All of those things bring blessings. Not blessings that get you to heaven, blessings that get your life blessed in this world, in this life. Okay? I look like I'm gaining weight. I have been eating like a pig. And don't tell anybody. You know, it's off that sugar. I went off sugar and I lost 10 pounds and my knees quit hurting. But see, I can always tell because I start gaining right here in my face. You know, I love to eat, you guys. I love to cook and I love to eat. I'm so Italian. I'm so Italian. But doggone it, I have to struggle because, you know, I mean, I'm blessed, mind you. I should be fat as a pig and I'm not. But I am kind of fat as a piglet. Maybe a little piglet. I saw one time I was at the doctor's office and I saw what he had written down and it said, slightly obese. Slightly obese. I didn't know if that was a compliment or he didn't write obese, he wrote slightly obese. So anyway, I have to work real hard to stay pleasantly plump. But I do love to eat and I love to cook. What the hey? I'm going to be 80 next week, you guys. 80 years old. I told my friend today, we were saying, well, you know, at our age, we have all kinds of issues that are happening, little things in our life. Mainly for me, it's my eyes and my knees. And I said to her, well, you know, I'm 80. And I said, you know, at most, I probably have 10 more years. I could hold my breath for 10 years if I had to. We can do with anything for 10 years, right? We can hold our breath if we have to. Anyway, boy, did I ever go off into the weeds? Bring me back. Get the hook. Get the hook. Now, would you subscribe, please? Hit subscribe. Right? It's right over there on your right side. Hit subscribe. And then tell me you like this or something, would you? And buy my doggone books, Hidden Treasures in Secret Places, Hidden Treasures in Dark Places. And they're so good. They are so good. Both of them. Here they are. Okay? Amazon.com. And if you really, really, really have to have an autographed copy, write me. I've been telling the people, we've been using those books so interestingly. As you know, they are done in a devotional style. And so we've been doing something. I saw Scott, my friend Scott Ford, do this on his show. He just opened it up and he started reading. Just somewhere. Let's just see. A sacrifice is not a real sacrifice unless it costs you something. When you give out of your abundance, it does not have near the value as when you give out of your need. Just give. Giving is much like planting a garden. When you plant, what you plant and how much you plant is what you will harvest. And remember that when you give, with whatever measure you give, it will be measured back to you. Teaspoons, shovels, buckets, or truckloads. Your choice. It's kind of cool, huh? Just open it up and start reading. And the other thing that we're going to do at our Bible retreat that we're going to, they're going to take pages out. They're not going to pull them out. They're going to take pictures of them and print them up. And then each girl or each woman is going to get a page. And we're going to have God, we're asked God to direct whatever page each girl gets will be what he has for her. Isn't that cool? Anyway, lots of fun with these books, you guys. They're wonderful, even if I do say so myself. Okay, I guess I got my point across. Remember this, operate in the principles of God, even though you know him well and you know you're going to heaven. That's wonderful. That's the main thing. But this life is so much easier if you have his principles operating in your life. Okay? With that said, you guys, this is your friend, Velma Hagar, and she is bidding you a blessed day. Bye.